Hi and welcome to Edible Earth. So this is our video journey on trying to ease the cost of living crisis which is currently going on by growing some of our own food. Big recap today. I'm going to show you around the greenhouse and the outside area and start to discuss how we're going to change things for next year and get bigger and better. Okay, so in the greenhouse, I'm hoping we get some grapes off this grapevine next year. It's doing well so far. Cucumbers, as I've said in previous videos, great success story. These are actually past their kind of sell by date. You get a little bit bitter when they start to go yellow like this. So we are wasting quite a few cucumbers. We're trying to eat as many as we can. So definitely going for this type of plant in the future, but I think we only need one. As you can see here, there's just masses of cucumbers. You just can't eat this many cucumbers. So they've been a real success story this year. Pepper wise, got some nice peppers on here, so we're using those quite a lot. Unfortunately, these are bought plants. They don't come out too early in the season, so you know it's coming up to August now and we're just starting to reap the benefits. So what I'm going to do is do hopefully a successful seed planting next year, but really early in the season, so we can try and extend the growing season. Starting to produce some tomatoes now on these plants, but these have been, I will never ever buy plants from B&Q ever again in the UK. Again, starting to see some tomatoes, but these have been a disaster. So this is our standard cucumber plant, which is the only thing that came from seed, or the only thing we grew from seed. And I've already had one cucumber off this. That's probably the second. Way too late in the season, I think, to plant, but it's doing okay. We got rid of this tomato plant. We've just got the bottom part of it there. And again, that was even worse. This has been a bit of a success story. So this is our ginger, which we grew from supermarket purchased ginger. It's now sort of colonising most of this bowl, as you can see from the shoots. So I think what we need to do with this is we harvest this in the autumn, I think, when the leaves have gone yellow, and we stop watering about 2 weeks before we harvest. So I'm interested to see how much extra ginger we get from the small pieces which we put in early in the year. Gonna have to do something with this basil. It's just going absolutely crazy. This is one plant purchased from the supermarket. So that's great. More cucumbers. They're just everywhere. So these pepper plants started to produce some good peppers on this plant, but it just seems to be flowering now. And then we've had 2 peppers off this plant and nothing since. So yeah, we need to have a bit of revision in here about what we do for next year. So outside, a complete revamp for next year. None of these pots, all of these pots are going. I've got got my eye on a few free pallets which I'm going to get. I'm going to produce some planters to go all the way across the front of this greenhouse. We had some real issues with this mint from caterpillars. Seem to be overcoming that now. Hopefully get some blueberries off this bush for next year. We've had no strawberries over the past 2 or 3 weeks off these plants, but we do have a lot more plants, so I'm going to have to do some just some reading up on strawberries and how we can actually maximise the yield from that. Carrots, definitely won't be growing carrots next year. Mums too, it started again to produce. So we went through a period where it didn't produce anything, and now it started to produce again. but again, probably won't be doing peas or Monstoo next year. We just don't have the room. Interested again to see what the potatoes do, and then that'll tell us whether we're going to be growing those next year. And the late radish, the late beetroot, they're coming on, but again I think planted way too late in the season. So that's it for this video. As I said, the plans for next year, we're going to have troughs, planting troughs along here, and then also down here as well. Clear this area and have more of a, so this is really going to be my planting area for next year. And then what do we do with this apple tree, because it's really poor, it doesn't produce anything really. This apple tree is quite old, and for some reason it just produces these almost like crab apples, and it's supposed to be golden delicious, I think. So again, big plan for next year is this area is going to be more of a planting area. So that's it for this video. Please subscribe to the channel, it does help us a lot. And if you enjoyed this particular video, hit the like button. Thank you very much for watching.